Hey, good morning from San Diego. This is Matt Jakstis, and I have to say my apologies. I'm filming this myself right now. I accidentally sent my cameraman to the wrong building. There are two buildings that are both very big, very close to each other, and they have the same name, and I didn't realize that. So Sasha, my apologies. Apologies to you, the viewer. Now I am doing my own camera work, so that's what's going on here. Today, I am standing in front of the Pinnacle Tower, or apparently one of them. This building is almost 500 feet tall. It is the fourth highest building in San Diego, city of 3 million people, fourth tallest building. If it was about 7 meters taller, it would be the tallest building in San Diego, but it's not, so it's not. It's fourth tallest. I'll get back to this in a second, but what I want to talk about, we got a lot of construction going on here. It's busy downtown. It's very creative, and this is creativity and this construction, building new things. This is a great metaphor for what we're talking about today, which is procrastination. Procrastination is a lack of action. It's a lack of construction. It's a lack of creativity. So there are 6 types of procrastination. 6 types of procrastinators, people that procrastinate. And if you're having any trouble with procrastination, which everybody thinks they're the only one, but it's very common. I find with my clients and with people in general, even myself, it's close to my heart. It's something I've had to work on, something I still work on, getting things done. And there are 6 main types of procrastination. So I want to go over them, and then more importantly, talk about the ways that you can get over them, get through them, overcome them. So let's jump in. So the first type of procrastination is the neurotic perfectionist. The neurotic perfectionist. Now, the neurotic perfectionist doesn't get going because they want 110% perfect every time. And they know that that's not realistic. Or if they don't know it, they at least are afraid to even start taking action because they're worried about the result. They're worried that they're gonna fall short, and they are terrified of not being completely perfect. Now, of course, it's pretty obvious that nobody's perfect at anything. It's always a process. So the neurotic perfectionist is best served when they realize that they're not gonna be perfect, and instead of focusing on that end result, having the perfect end result, it is better for that kind of person to focus on the process. Focus on getting better step by step. The name of the game is get a little bit better, 1% better each time. If you're focused on just being perfect, going from the bottom to the top of the mountain, the bottom to the top of the building in one step, you're never gonna get there. It's not possible. But if you focus on going step by step, climbing the stairs, that is possible. It's one step at a time. That's the neurotic perfectionist problem, and that is how you get through that, if that's you. Now, the next type of procrastination is the chronic worrier. I am the chronic worrier. That is one of my main types. I challenge you to pick out your 1 or 2 main type listening to this. For me, one of my main 2 is the chronic worrier. I worry about what is the worst case scenario. I have this anxiety about what if it doesn't work out? What if all the worst things happen? What if I put my shoes on and the sun falls out of the sky? You jump to these big, bad conclusions about what will happen if you try to take action, if you try to do anything, and that keeps you from doing anything. So if you are the chronic worrier, the simple steps to take are 1, shine a light on your fears. It's like a monster movie. When you actually look at it, when you actually see the monster, you realize it's not that scary. The fear of the monster is scarier than the actual monster itself. So if you are this chronic worrier, be really clear about what you're really afraid of, and then be really clear about what is the likelihood of this even happening? What is the likelihood of it coming true? Usually the likelihood, the chances are much lower than you think in your head. So finally, you have to say, what are you losing by not taking action? Usually what you're losing by not getting going and taking action is worse than the fear itself. And by not moving, you're just swimming around in the fear, and that is the worst thing of all. It's like Franklin Roosevelt said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. The fear is the worst part. So realize that and start taking action. Don't just stand there and swim around in the fear. Take action, okay? Next type, again, this is my second big type, maybe my biggest type right here, is the big deal chaser. I am a big deal chaser. I'm a dreamer. You might be this too. If you have a lot of great ideas, but you have trouble actually acting on them, putting them into play, you are a big deal chaser. They might be amazing ideas. You might have tons of them. But if you're not taking action on them, then you are not, then you're not getting anything done, and it's just an idea in your head. So for the big deal chaser, what you have to do is you have to, one, be realistic. Is this something you can actually do? Is this achievable? If it's not, then you're just wasting your time focusing on it. And two, more importantly, if it is something really worthwhile and you want to work on, break it down into small chunks. Again, similar to climbing the staircase to get to the top, you can't jump from the bottom to the very top of the building or the mountain or your dreams all in one step. You can go step by step. That's the only way to do it. So I challenge you, break it down. Schedule day by day, hour by hour, actions you can take to get it done, okay? Whatever it is, everything that's ever been done, every pyramid started with one block. Every building started with an idea. Everything that's ever been accomplished started with an idea, and then one step, and then 2 steps, and 5, 10, 50 steps after that. But it goes one step at a time. So if you're a big deal chaser, you have to get down to the single steps that are gonna make it happen. All right, the next type of procrastination is the rebellious procrastinator. The rebellious procrastinator is kind of interesting. This is the person that doesn't like the rules. They don't like being told what to do. They don't like having that schedule and that expectation on them. And because of that, they consciously, or more often subconsciously, without realizing it, they resist it. They put it off. It's a way of rebelling. It's like a kid. When your parent tells you, eat your broccoli, what are you gonna do? You're gonna throw your broccoli on the floor because you wanna be free. You wanna have the choice yourself. So if you're a rebellious procrastinator, the challenge is realize that you're causing more harm to yourself and the people around you than you are good. It's not worth it. You gotta drop the ego. You gotta check the ego at the door, set it down. What is really of highest value? And the second thing is, remember, you are free. You have complete control over what you do or you do not do. So if you really value that control, which the rebellious procrastinator does, and that freedom, then you have to decide, I'm going to make the choice to be free and take this action because I want to, for me, not for anyone else, because you want to. Drive yourself from within, okay? So after that, we have the angry giver. The angry giver, again, really interesting. This is the person that gives so much, they serve, they just give so much to other people that they have nothing left for themselves. They don't have time, they don't have energy, money, whatever it is. And then they use that as an excuse. They say, well, I just don't have anything left because I spent so much on everyone else, on you, on my kids, on my boyfriend, on my parents, family, coworkers, whatever it is. If you're the angry giver, you use other people and giving to other people as the excuse. So what you have to do is you have to realize that and make space and time for yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of other people properly. So decide that you're gonna have a safe space, safe times where you are only interested in taking care of you, of being your own best friend, supporting yourself. And when you do this, you're going to be more alive and more available for everyone else in your life. You can't just give to others. You have to give to yourself, hands down, okay? Angry giver. So these are the types of procrastination. Which one are you? Which one fits you? You probably have at least one main one, maybe two. The key is to recognize it, get clarity on it, and then take action, okay? Take action. Again, it starts with one step. I came here to this big, beautiful building because, as I said, just like any other amazing thing that's ever been created in human history, it started with one step. And I guarantee the creators of this building, if they had just said, well, how are we gonna do this? You know, come on, we can't build a building like this. The permits, the work, the material, the idea, the layout, the structure, there's so many things that go into it. But look, this thing got built in about a year, okay? And it got built because people took one step at a time. Your life is like this building. Your life will only be built one step at a time. My life, everybody's life. But if you keep waiting and you keep focusing on the big end picture and lose sight of those little steps in between, then it's never gonna happen. It's just gonna be a big open space with nothing in it. And that's the worst option of all. So what are your steps? What type of procrastination have you been doing? And what are you gonna do to get through that? So I got work to do. I'm gonna get back to it. Again, take action. It's Tuesday morning where I am. I don't know where it is where you are, but go get some stuff done right now. That's my challenge. Go do it right now. Something you've been putting off. Even if it takes 1 minute, do something. Something is better than nothing. All right, guys, I'll see you next time, and I'll bring my cameraman with me. Take care.